Scotland have just announced a squad to tour the Netherlands for 2 ODIs, and they set off on Monday. So ahead of their departure, I've managed to get hold of the head coach, Shane Berger, who joins us now on 98 No Doubt to tell us about this upcoming tour. Shane, how are you doing?
Darren, very well, thanks. And yourself? It's a privilege to be on the show, so thank you very much for inviting me. It's just incredible in this day and age how technology allows us to kind of connect and speak about the game that we love. So thank you very much for having me on.
No problem. I'm really interested in the Cricket Scotland story. And I've just dug out a fact this morning that I'm sure no one is really aware of. In Scotland, the most popular sport is clearly football, but the number 2 sport is not rugby, like most people would assume. It is cricket. 17,000 people are playing grassroots cricket. So we need to get this out there, and we need to make people aware of it's a serious business.
Absolutely. Well, look, I'm a huge rugby fan, so without trying to upset any of the rugby fans, it's great to hear that stat. And I remember mentioning this probably a year or so ago when I got into the job. I said, actually, one of the goals that I would really like to achieve, certainly when I leave, is to see that somebody could walk into a store and buy a Cricket Scotland shirt. You know, I think it's a real sort of motivation for me to know that a child can be walking around with a Cricket Scotland shirt on, or not just a football or a rugby shirt, you know, which, you know, the Scots are very passionate about their sport, Darren. That's something I've learned, and that's a fantastic trait to have. But there's a lot of people that play cricket in this country, and cricket is a sport that is highly regarded, and we have some really good players, and I think people just need to be more aware of that. And the more we can add to our already large group of fans, the better.
That's right. Now, this squad you've announced, 14 players heading across the North Sea on Monday. There's some experienced guys in there, not to mention your captain and vice-captain that you got.
Yeah, it's a very experienced squad. You know, I think not having played cricket for, I think it's near on 500 days now, is almost a ridiculous stat to think about, you know. But what we've done is we certainly haven't gone with the safe option. We've picked a squad that we believe has not only played well previously, but that has trained well throughout the lockdown period. That's very connected with how we want to be playing, with what we want to be seeing. And with the World Cup here at the back end of the year, you know, we're certainly looking forward to that too. So there's a couple of thoughts in mind of that World Cup with some of the players that we're taking. And I think it's just great that the 14 guys we are taking are an experienced bunch of players, both young and old, you know, and I think there's going to be opportunity to really see them in action for the first time in a long time. So we're incredibly excited just to see a bit of cricket, but more importantly for these players to get back in the park and represent their country, which is what all of them desperately want to do. You know, they're passionate, they're very proud, and I'm certain we'll see that even from when they get to sing that anthem right in the beginning.
How's training been? I think you've been back in training for about 6 weeks or so. Everything okay?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been really good, in fact. You know, the squad generally trains very well, Darren. They're very used to training. You know, we don't get as much cricket as we would like. I know the organisation is certainly pushing for us to get more and more cricket, and that's something that we want. But, you know, the squad has got used to training and training very well. But I'm just really looking forward to seeing that finished product now in a pressurised game situation, you know, and we probably couldn't imagine playing against anybody better than the Dutch, you know, our rivals are across the pond. So the boys are really revved up for it.
Yes, yeah, the Dutch aren't too bad either. A bit like Scotland, they've got form in upsetting England down the years. But you mentioned the T20 World Cup at the end of the year. And Scotland have got a pretty decent record in getting to the finals. 2007, 2009, and 2016 saw the Scottish team get to the World Cup tournament. So I'm guessing that is the goal now for your guys for this year.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the goals. I think if you look at the T20 format, it's very much suited to how we want to play and sort of the style of cricket that we do play in Scotland, having, you know, only playing the white ball game. We don't really have much chance to focus on the red ball game. And hopefully that will happen over the next few years. But I think T20 cricket does suit us. It's a format that we really enjoy playing. And I think in any shorter format, it always brings you closer to being able to beat any of the big teams, you know. And without taking our eye off the ball with the 50-over stuff, we also have 50-over qualifications throughout the year that goes on for the next couple of years. And a big objective of ours is to qualify for that 2023 50 over World Cup. You know, it's only a 10-team event, which many would say is mission impossible to qualify for. But you know, there's 2 places up for grabs that we're certainly going to be trying our very best to get into. And I know that if you know the way the guys have been training, the sort of squad makeup that we have, with a lot of experience, we cover all skill sets, young and old. You know, it's an exciting time to be involved in Scottish cricket.
That's right, and I think it's definitely on the up, but both in men's and the women's game as well, getting very popular.
Yep, I mean, from the women's side of things, it's exciting that we have a new full-time head coach, and Mark Coles, who's joined. You know, he previously worked with the Pakistani women's team, so he has a lot of experience in terms of you know, taking a team from maybe the beginning periods all the way into that more experienced phase, and he's got a lot of experience in doing that. And we need our women's team to also be successful as well as us. So we're very much in this together. And as mentioned previously, exciting time to be involved in Scottish cricket, because there's a lot ahead of us that we can really make a real impact in.
Yeah, that's right. So you've been in your role for over 2 years now. What was your path to becoming head coach of Scotland?
Yeah, it's crazy to think now, Darren, almost 2 years. I remember arriving on the 5th of March, 2019. Funny enough, it was raining. I had a couple of jackets on, and you know, walking into an environment that I knew quite a bit about, but not sort of as much as I probably wanted to. And look, it's been a fantastic journey. My build up into taking over the Scottish team was very much a professional player in South Africa for 14 years. I came over to the UK to play 12 summers of cricket, so very much got ingrained in the culture and the, you know, and the way things were, the conditions. And then going back to South Africa, getting towards the end of my career, I had a real passion to want to take up coaching. Went into coaching, took a first-class team for 5 years in South Africa. We had some really good success, managed to get on the national coaching setup with the SIA side, and then the National Academy in South Africa, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And then, you know, here pops up the opportunity to get into an international environment at a relatively young age as a coach, you know, and I think the hairline would have certainly gone back since then, with all the pressure that coaching brings. But it's certainly a privilege and an honor to be coaching an international team, and, you know, and getting to know these players over the last 2 years. It's a really great place to be, just understanding their characters and their personalities, and what a great bunch of lads they are.
I think you're doing a fantastic job. So these ODIs against the Netherlands, May the 19th and May the 21st, we will be following you very closely on 98 Not Out, and we wish you all the best, and come back 2-0 winners.
Yeah, we're definitely going there to win 2 games of cricket. I can promise you that. I think you know, COVID has thrown a few spanners in the works in previous times, but as mentioned previously, the guys can't wait to get on the park and represent their country and make them very proud.
We wish you all the best. Shane Berger, head coach of the Scottish cricket team. Many thanks.
Thank you, Darren.